Messy Mike here with another video. This video is to farm for the Orb Vallis Somachords. Since there's a content drought a little bit, Nightwave stopped temporarily. Between Season 1 and 2, I figured, you know what, I'm going to do my Codex scans, and since Primed Animal Instinct came out, I was like, I'm going to tackle those horrible Fortuna or Vallis Somachords and figure out a way to farm them. And I think I found a decent way, probably one of the better ways to do it. Using the frame Zephyr, can be Zephyr Prime or regular Zephyr, and using this build right here, I think you'll find it actually a lot easier to farm these than using, well, say, Itzel. Believe it or not, yes, this build isn't as fast as Itzel, but I think it's just as efficient at finding the Somachords, because in this build, Thief's Wit and Loot Detector are the important ones in this build, as far as adding to that Loot Detector. It is additive to Animal Instinct, but only if you're in your frame and not your Archwing. So duration is also very important to this build, just because you're going to be using a lot of Tailwind. That's why I also put on Streamline. That's the most important thing. Energize is very helpful, but you can use the energy pads to, you know, where you don't need Energize. It does help, though. Zephyr's really good in the open worlds. He's excellent for him, actually. He's also good if you're trying to farm for mining or scans. You can use his turbulence and none of the enemies can hit you. They can hit you with like grenades and such from that blast damage, but that's another subject for another video, I guess. So anyway, Prime Flow is also useful. You can use regular flow. If you don't have these primed versions, you can use regular continuity as well. You want that duration up just so you can have that speed, that air speed. And I'll show you why Zephyr makes this so much easier. And it's mainly because you can add it then to your companion. You don't gotta use a cat, obviously, or Kavat. You can use anything. But that primed animal instinct is just great. Having 55 loot radar is awesome. It's almost double the 30 you get from regular animal instinct. So here we go. You'll see, I'm going to show you kind of a route you can kind of take. You don't got to follow the route exactly, but the better you follow this route, the better you'll do. If you want to be quick, you can just do like a sloppy route and just extract right away. There's only one spot in the entire Orb Vallis map where Somachord's going to pop up. And I've been trying to read on how to find these. There isn't too much information out there. There isn't very many videos either that really help. So I thought I'd make one. And I like the Fortuna music, so I wanted to get these eventually. And I've been waiting for Primed Animal Instinct to come out. And Barrow finally had it for consoles, so I was like, finally I can attack these, and this is a perfect time to do it with no white Nightwave or anything. Energizing dash is also very helpful. Obviously pads are always useful. So anyway, the route I take, I did use some lock pins to kind of help. You can get these from your clan dojo. They're like permanent waypoints. You can show them in the HUD or not. See how they're showing up? It doesn't have to show up. You can actually check that off if you like. But I kind of did it just to make my route a little easier. I wish you could use more than 20, but probably for memory purposes, you're limited at 20, because you can kind of go off route by accident, you know, not having many. But anyway, this is the cool thing I do. You can pretty much do Energizing Dash in mid-air with Zephyr. But here is the reason why I went right in the water. It's hard to talk sometimes and play. But, watch this. Like, I bring up my map here, right? See this loot? Now, you go in your Archwing, see those chests, how they disappear? That's because those mods do not work in your Archwing. Now, I'm out of my Archwing. See the chests? How they disappear in your Archwing? See, it does not add. That's why Zephyr is very useful. Now, usually when I come out the door, the first thing I do is I grab these right here. These for energy. This is where Arcane Energize kind of helps. You get a little bit bonus energy from getting these. But see, that helps quite a bit. There's usually just a few of them here, but let's see. Boom. See? No. So anyway, that's pretty much how I do it. And then we just kind of take the route. I use waypoints to kind of judge my distance. And I basically keep the map up. And I pretty much just go in kind of a figure eight. You could just do a simple circle and then extract if you don't find it, just to do it quick. I usually go in this route, go around the Orc and Dig site. There's the craters always have a spot where they can hit. You can also in the Exploiter Orb Cave, I heard it can pop up. I guess there's 55 locations. I'm not sure if that's true or not, but then I usually bounce around the reflector, go to this crater here, come here, bounce around here. There are a couple spots where they can spawn in here as well. That's why I usually try to just do the circle, go all the way around, hit the coolant, and then extract. Because I don't like going in all these other spots. There's a spot here I found one, a spot here. Sometimes it's just quicker just to go in the circle. But for the video's sake, I'll go a little slower just to show you. You can also use it so if you like, you just won't have that range. With Animal Instinct, it is nice because you can still kind of use it, but I have missed them before being in my Arcwing, so just letting you know. So I usually head here. You can kind of follow the road. That kind of helps. That seems to be real helpful, just kind of following the road. And then you just go to the craters. You know, I use my markings. I try to hit this cave. Now, there's probably a way more efficient route you could take than what I'm doing. But this has worked out pretty good for me. I usually bounce up to the reflector, and see, there we go. See it pop up on my map just like that, and now I'm stuck in a rock. But this is pretty much the easiest way to farm them, I think. And even if it's in a cave, you will find it. I've noticed with this much radar, that it shows up even here. So, but right when you see it pop on your map, you know to stop and scan it. If you have enemies shooting at you, you can use his turbulence, which is also very useful when mining. That way, weapon projectiles will just go right through, and makes Zephyr very good for open worlds. And while you're scanning and shooting, getting shot at, it really helps. So, but there you go. I pretty much do that route. I follow this route if I don't find it, and head to the coolant reservoir. So you can kind of, some people go in a figure eight, you know, but I prefer just a big outer circle basically. And I heard a YouTuber say once, make Zephyr fly, DE. Well, Zephyr does fly, and he's really effective, and that duration really helps. Now, you don't have to follow it to a T, but... And another little trick, here's energizing dash in midair with Zephyr. Look at that. Isn't that cool? So you can just keep going and keep going with Zephyr. That extra loot radar is awesome on Zephyr, so he's a very good frame for the open worlds. So if you don't have him, you can farm regular Zephyr. You don't need the Prime. And there you go. That's pretty much it. So makes Somachords a lot more, I don't know, just easier to get, because I thought it was going to be an impossible task, and a lot of people said you just got to get lucky with the scans, just bump into that one, but, I don't know. So, there you have it. If you liked the video, if it's helpful at all, please leave a like, and leave in the comments if there's anything else you might need help on or would like to see. I'd like to make some more content for this game because I love it, and I know it's geared more. There's a lot to do in this game. I mean, you just gotta find it, and I know there isn't really an end game right now for veterans, but hopefully we'll see something like that soon. What I'm hoping for is a raid, like an end game raid. That's the one thing I miss from Destiny. I used to be a Destiny player, and now I'm all about Warframe now. I mean, going back to Destiny, having 3 classes compared to all of this, you know, I know a lot of veterans get a little sick of this, but, man, they're just, I think they're a little spoiled by Warframe, because when you go to other games, there ain't anything like this much content. I wouldn't consider myself a vet yet, but, like I said, I got most of my codex scans. I do have the highest MR. I don't have all the login rewards yet, though. So, if you need help on PlayStation 4, I am on PlayStation 4. So, I'm willing to help new players. So, if you need help or like to see anything, please let me know.